the gross income of all charities.
Well, and you can absolutely guarantee that the numbers that you can get from the IRS as far as the amounts of contributions claimed and the revenues or the inputs into these charities that they report, they don't tie up because everybody lies. You should have seen some of the BS I saw preparing individual tax returns. The kind of garbage they wanted to put on their tax return as a charitable contribution. I'm like,
what are some examples?
honestly,
I feel like people probably try to figure out
not,
anything they could do from a business standpoint to chalk up to charity.
It's not a charity. It's not a charitable deduction if you record it for tax purposes. I mean, what? It always irritated me, that stupid charitable deduction.
In their mind, they're making a smart business move, though.
No, what they're doing is they're creating channels of the ability to pass on legacy through their fraudulent system. I mean, just the term nonprofit. I know I've mentioned this on here before. Mm-hmm. What does the term nonprofit? Just when you use the word and the prefix, it means without profit.
Yep.
Right?
So you would think they're running their business.
And
it's not making them any money. They're breaking even.
Do you need a special anything to make that happen?
No.
No. See, that's the funny thing is that
all my businesses are nonprofit.
Most companies that start never make a profit. Yeah. So being nonprofit isn't special, right? So if you're doing something that would generally provide a profit or produce a profit, you can very easily make that a nonprofit without a government category or exemption or anything. You just spend all the money that you bring in. It's simple. This number minus this number equals 0. The whole universe is nonsensical, but it's there so that they can pile other bullshit terminology and rules and exceptions and credits, and it's all a show. The whole idea of a nonprofit for tax purposes is just a scam. It always has been, and it always will be. Now, it's not to say that there aren't charities operating that actually do embody the idea of charity, but most of them don't. So when you look at like contributions and receipts not matching up, you also have to take into account how much of the supposed charitable activity is nothing that's charitable at all. Promoting the blah, blah, blah for the sake of blah, blah, blah and unity in the community or there's millions of these fucking things. Mm-hmm. They're absolute disasters. And then what they do is they create a thing and they get some, basically internet stationery, and then they just create a story. These people don't do anything. But they get money. And then they pay themselves to run the same scam on more people. And there's never any actual effect anywhere. They organize communities. Well, here's an update. If there are enough people in a materially developed enough environment, that only happens because there's already an organized community. Places like that don't need community organizers. In that environment, a community organizer is an order destroyer. They come in and they say, well, this isn't a community. We have to do A, B, C, D, and E in order to make it a community. See, the human being on its own is just a little lump of clay. and say, what we need to do is take all of you pointless, irrelevant lumps of clay and smash you together to create this colossus of magnificence.
Giant lump of clay.
That's how you know that when they steal your money and spend it on people who are supposedly poor, who use their bullshit welfare to buy fucking lobster tails at grocery stores and shit, that's just the individual anecdotal example of how their entire fucking thing works. Every aspect of it. We could go into energy research. The number of absolute freaking boondoggles that billions of dollars are being dropped into by our governments. And then just think, they're gonna put something like $1 trillion over the next 10 years into all this stupid green renewable energy bullshit. It's not gonna do anything. It's just gonna get laundered through the hands of people who want to make sure you can't do anything about it. It's grotesque.